Welcome to Lost in the Desert, episode 43. I'm your co-host Kareem,
My name is Assam.
and this is another boiling week in fucking Arizona.
It was probably the hottest. Yesterday, my car almost overheated.
I don't
It was
know about
bad.
all that, but
It was bad. Like, I got worried. I was like, please, not another problem, please.
yeah, it wasn't that big a deal for me. But still, bro,
It was
fucking
bad.
hot.
Yep. Everything in my
And
car.
especially like I went back to work on Friday, so I had to be I had to be outside for like quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that much, but the times that I am outside, because I'm so fucking slow, it takes me forever to do shit now. So I'm like in the sun longer than usual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I was quick, if I could walk properly, like I would just run that shit in like 5-10 minutes and be back inside.
No,
But
son.
not taking me like 20-25 minutes to do something.
And then also, too, like, it's still bipolar. Like, yesterday, during the day, it was the hottest because I was out. I had to go get an oil change. I had to do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, my car was almost overheated. Like, that bar went up. First time ever having this car for the past, like, 6 years. And I'm just like, shit. And then the night was all windy. It was all windy, and it was a little bit
Yeah, there
better.
was
And
a
I was
dust-
like, what the fuck is going
There
on?
was like 2 days where there was like a dust storm.
Yeah.
Like last week there was a dust storm, and I just washed my car like 2 days
But
before
it wasn't
that.
bad. Like, I was outside, and I was like, this is not bad. But I was like, what a fucking bipolar ass.
Even yesterday, like we were outside, there was like a dust storm for a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what we need? Like the people like in Dubai when they shoot the thing in the sky so they can make it rain.
oh, they put the sodium
Something like
sodium
that.
iodine,
Yeah,
something
we
like
need-
that.
we
They
need to
spray it into the clouds,
we need
and
to
it
get some of that.
forces
We need-
forces the rain.
We need to get a tornado motherfucking going on in here.
We should, bro. I'm surprised why they don't do that already.
Anyways, first thing, you went to the
So
show.
first thing I want to talk about, I went to the ShxtsnGigs show on Thursday. Best money I spent. So we bought the tickets. I'm on their Patreon, so I
Okay.
bought the like the pre-sale back when it came out, like almost 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Best money me and my friends ever spent.
You guys had a blast.
Yeah, we were, first of all, it was like $75 at the
Yeah.
Van Buren. We were like maybe 4 rows back.
Okay.
So we were like right in the action. Honestly, just watching it, I was like, one day, fingers crossed, everything goes well. This is going to be us.
You want to do that tour like that?
I don't know about a full tour, but like I want to get to the point that where we have a live show.
A live show is
You know,
not
like
bad.
start small. First thing,
Yeah.
I want to do our like first
Live
live
show's
show.
hard to run.
I think I've watched one other podcast. So I watched the Read live back in like LA in 2022.
Okay.
That was amazing.
Mhm.
That was really, really good. But there was like, they did it 2 different styles. So the Read did more of the actual podcast, like, because
I
they
see.
start the podcast with, they do a Black Excellence tribute. So they'll pick like a Black person who's done something excellent in like the past couple weeks.
Oh, that's nice.
And then they do the hot topics, which is usually like just basically commenting on the news and everything's going on. Then they do listener letters, and they end with a read. Read is cussing somebody out who did some shady shit.
Yeah.
So it was just like that, but with the crowd and the audience, and they still like pass the mic every now and then. The difference between these guys, like ShxtsnGigs did it, they didn't do the regular show. Like they obviously just chit chatted a little bit,
Yeah.
but they came out with like stories about, they showed like pictures from like when they were like just meeting each other and just being friends from like college. Like they really interacted with the audience a lot. Then they pulled 2 audience members up to play like a game.
So they made the audience.
Yeah, it was very interactive.
I
it
see,
wasn't
yeah.
like
That's smart,
it wasn't
that's
like the show you listen to. Like it was definitely a show. It was a really good show, but it was very interactive. It was super fun.
They made everybody feel part of that episode.
Yeah, I got called out a little. I got called out.
No
so
shit.
They towards the end they did this confession.
Yeah.
Well, actually 2 times. First time was when they were asking the audience about like British slang.
Yeah.
And I was just like answering it like that. And Fuhad pointed at me, was like, hey, this guy knows.
Yeah.
Then towards the end of the show, they asked the question, and the question was, they read a scenario from like a listener or Reddit or some shit.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, my mom's kicking me out the house. I have 2 kids. I met this chick. I'm just simplifying it.
Yeah.
Like, I met this chick. She said, I don't want you roaches in my house, like something like that. And they were like, well, what should this guy do? And everybody was just like screaming nonsense. As soon as it got quiet, I said, go find a white girl.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, yo, what did this nigga just say? And it was like, I was like, hey, I was part of the story.
Part of it. That's dope.
Yeah, the whole place was laughing and shit. Even
Yeah.
Samah was like, bro, whoever, like, that was, because I told her, I was like, I said that shit. And she was
Yeah.
like, bro, I was rolling.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that it was me, our friend Javier, Kanaya, and then
Oh, so you went with the big
Chuck. Yeah, it was like 4 of us.
Yeah.
And sitting right next to me was a white girl.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And Javi turned and looked at her, and I was like, not gonna do that.
So it was like a good vibe.
Yeah, it was a good vibe.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about that concert. I saw some clips of their LA show recently too, as well. They had a whole dance group. Like it looks fun.
Yeah, they did that too. So they split the audience in half. They were like, this half is Fuhad's side, this half is James' side. And when they were doing, they played like games, and you'd score points for your side. The loser would have to put like a daddy chain around the other one. So they do this in every show. And Fuhad was like, bro, I'm down 1. It's 3-2 or whatever. Like, I'm down 1. I need to win this one. And at the end of it, like, our side won because we were on the Fuhad side. Bro, these bitches thirst over them.
Yeah, I saw it.
Like,
I mean,
I think one of them said like go down on me or something,
hey,
and they acknowledge everybody who shouts shit in the audience because the Van Buren is not huge,
so you can hear
like
it.
it's a big venue, but it's not huge venue.
Yeah,
you get me? It's not like Madison Square Garden or that shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, like they really interact with the crowd, but they acknowledge everything. And every time the girls thirst over him, like they would make they would make fucking comments and hype them up. So yeah, it was a really fun show. You know, fingers crossed one day.
But that's the whole point of the show. Like they all, like their fans call them daddies.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Daddy's Home, the tour. The tour is like called Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home. That's fun. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It works out for them. No, good for them, man. Shout out to them.
Shout out to SNG. That was
they were recently on Flagrant. That's the pod that he listens to. He's always telling me to listen to about it. But I have my own pods, and just to keep it like that. But they were on the pod that I listen to, Flagrant too, and they were hilarious.
Yeah, I'm halfway through hilarious. It because who has 2 hours in the day just to sit there?
Me.
Yeah, not me.
When I literally clock in,
so I'm like halfway through, and I need to finish the other half.
Literally,
later.
either every Tuesday morning or every Wednesday morning when they drop a new episode, I put my AirPods on. I'm clocked in at work, and all I do is listen to that. It just makes me laugh.
It's a nice part.
No,
you already know how I feel about it. Like they just shout over each other. Like especially when there's one guest, they take over the space. Like luckily these are 2 guys, so it's not as bad. There wasn't enough shouting over each other.
I'm not
and all
shitting on your pod. Don't shit on my pod.
I'm not. I'm just saying like that's the only reason I'm.
Do not shit on my boys.
Can we talk about how Andrew has calmed down ever since he got married?
Every man has that. Well, not just married. He just had a child. He just had a child.
The man's
He'll be back up. Don't worry about it.
I need unhinged Andrew Schultz.
He will come back.
He's calmed down a bit, and I'm like,
hey, Andrew Schultz was one of the first ones that respond to our pod. He showed us love. He showed us love twice, actually.
True. That is
showed
true.
us love.
Well, probably his team, not Andrew, but whatever.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
But still, I was just like, damn.
So ShxtsnGigs,
I noticed the decline in unhinged behavior.
Dude, that's what happens when you have a child. You're just tired.
That's not what we signed up for, though.
No, but
we signed up for the madness.
No,
Andrew,
he's human.
Andrew, take the ring off for like one episode and let's
he's human.
Just pretend she don't exist and say
he's still Andrew. Bro, the other day,
I will never forget the day when he told that story of his fiance and the dingleberry.
Oh,
that was the funniest, grossest, and like what the fuck? She must have listened to that shit and been so fucking embarrassed because her friends are like, ew, yo man,
she loves this shit. If you actually listen to the pod, he says worse shit and there's nothing happens.
I just felt bad for her when I heard that story. Like
that's but I mean that's what happens when I'm pretty sure she knows like she married a comedian.
Yeah, she knew what she signed up for.
Exactly, and she's good. And she was recently too, a couple of months ago. She was in a Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah, like
she's doing it big for herself.
It's all good.
She was doing big for herself.
Yeah, that bit.
Shout out to
SNG.
Shout out to the boys.
Y'all really put on a great fucking show.
Good for them. Congrats on the success.
They really are part of the reason, like, I agreed to do a podcast because I've been listening to them for a minute, and they were saying like the statistics on podcasts, and I think it's like after 30 something episodes, you're in like the top 20% because niggas just start and quit. So there's like there's like hundreds of millions of podcasts, and they all like just start and quit.
I mean, we seen it here. People start a pod, they drop a lot of money, and then it's gone.
Oh yeah, we got no marketing budget, none of that shit. If y'all want to support the podcast, let us know.
Yeah, we seen homies that dropped like in the grand on products, studio, and it's all gone.
I still think you and I need to get our schedules better because
I like these.
I like these days. It's fine, but I just think like more consistent. Like if one of us is traveling, we got to meet sooner. Like
that's fine. Yeah,
maybe we take one day.
No, we just had a rough one because dude, it was just weddings.
Yeah, maybe we take like a day where we record like multiple episodes and but like different episodes.
Yeah,
like just so we can have something like in case one of us is like we're not gonna be able to record.
Just drop it.
We just drop it and there's like no stress.
Everything will come through. Everything will figure it out.
But yeah, I saw that show and it was like an extra motivation. I said, ain't no way I'm skipping. I'm skipping episodes for the next 2 months. Like I just
stay consistent.
We got to because I remember also like looking at looking at like the statistics and views from like the first half of like when we record like the first 10 episodes, like we never skipped an episode, like
No.
those first 10, and it was just like really good views.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man,
But everything works
every
out.
time we take a break, shit like slows down a bit. Like we need.
It happens.
It is.
Yeah, but we're still here. That's the whole point. It's still here.
Yeah, we are. So what else has happened in your week?
So crazy thing. Friday morning, I go into work, and nothing's working. So Microsoft,
The Microsoft thing
was crazy. Obviously, a lot of businesses were, had an issue because then let me just retract this. I did not know how much control Microsoft has.
Microsoft is like the lead in business to business. We think because Microsoft, like nobody has very few people have actual Microsoft like computers in their houses. It's
like
usually
I realized
like
how much control, and nobody ever was talking about it at work. I was like, oh, we'll wait till the systems are up. Yeah, I get it. It's understandable. But I was just like, you're talking about hospitals, airports, banks, and retail businesses all affected, cannot work.
Who's the next competitor?
So not who's the next competitor, how much control do they have?
Yeah, but like who's the next?
The guy whoever works there can be like, you know what, I'm going to just shut down the whole world. Because it wasn't just U.S. affected.
It's international.
It was international. Even the Olympics was affected.
But it's
like
it's crazy because we say this and we're like, okay, well, who's like, oh, we have one person with too much control. Who's offering a decent competitor? Apple doesn't care about the business to business space.
It's insane.
Apple just doesn't care about it's not even trying to enter the business to business.
But I know for a fact this triggered it to somebody to start.
I hope so.
Yeah, because
this is why. But also, like, there's two ways you could think about this. You could think about it as like, you know what? We have one person or one company that runs like basically all of our business to business needs. But then you're like, okay, well, we should have other competitors. Now the problem is, how do we filter out the competitors, the good competitors versus the bad competitors? And I'm not talking product wise. I'm talking about intent and privacy wise.
Oh,
because now we have more people. Now you're going to have more scumbags. I think for the most part, we're lucky. Like Microsoft is, I don't know what they do in shady, but so far we're lucky they haven't done anything unhinged. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
So you're like,
because it just opens the doors for more people.
Yeah, it opens the door for more people, but also opens the door for more problems. Now you have compatibility issues. Now you have extra security issues.
Is not considered as monopoly though?
It is a monopoly. But when it's not a monopoly, when there's no other it can't be a monopoly. When there's no other company offering a solution, they're like, okay, we have no choice but to go with this person.
Every product was affected. Even like
I remember our bank was affected. I remember I had people who were trying to travel. They were like, well, our flights got canceled.
Everything got canceled. They weren't even offering it. Obviously, airlines is such a scummy business. At first, they were offering like they were just lowballing everybody. Like this lady had a party of 8, $450 each ticket, and American Airlines only offered $100 refund for each ticket. And then after everything went on the news, and then they recently just last night released.
They reached out to people,
and then they were like, "Oh, you can book another trip with no extra cost." And it's just like, you could have just done that from the beginning.
I'll take it.
But you could have just done that from the beginning rather than offer some lowball refund.
I'll take it.
Like, it's just scummy business.
Yeah,
but the
100%.
only thing that I was like, fuck, it was the hospitals. They were not.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to do testing. All the systems were all under Microsoft, and I was just like, God forbid anybody was affected because of that.
Yeah, like you couldn't run testing, you could do all that shit. It was like, I don't think it was you couldn't do testing. I think you couldn't like get result. Like doctors couldn't get the information they needed to treat the
that's
patients.
testing.
But no, testing like, okay, when you say testing, I'm just thinking like, oh, you went and getting the test.
No.
They're just trying to get the test. You could still do the test, we just couldn't get the results.
Like
everything was scrambled. So
well, the testing, so that was it.
It's all fucked up.
It was all fucked up, but it was they didn't remember, and
didn't affect me one bit.
But it's just been crazy. First, former president gets shot. Boom, the world shut down, all the businesses, and just an hour ago,
stop it.
Sleepy Joe, Genocide Joe,
right? He
dropped out of the race.
But I read an article from, I don't know if it was an article actually. I can't remember if it was an article or a post, but it was like saying, again, I don't know how true this is,
Go for it.
Asterisks, but they were saying like Obama was like, had reached out and talked to him about like, bro, you need to drop out.
It makes more sense because you would listen to him.
Shameful. That both of them were both of them were like embarrassing. Both of them were embarrassing in the debates. They were both embarrassing.
Not that too.
Trump was just spouting shit that was just blatantly not true, and just not. He wasn't making any sort of sense in terms of he was just going in circles.
Because he didn't want to drop out.
He was barely Trump was barely answering questions, just going in circles with the answers.
He got trashed.
And then Joe would like Joe was answering the questions, and they would go off like his brain would just like freeze.
Yeah, he didn't even know what he was. He didn't even
It's
know
like
what
he
he was.
runs on Microsoft. It's like he runs on Windows.
Windows 98.
Yeah, Windows 98.
It's literally
yeah.
Windows 98. But this dumb thing about it is like he absolutely got destroyed. Even like people who are on his side were like, oh, he got destroyed. And he was like, no, I'm not dropping out. I think I can do this. And it's like, yo, if you actually care a fuck about where your party does, drop out and have somebody else. So it makes sense that
Okay, so this like basically just happened
an hour ago.
Yeah, an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
So we'll see how more news comes out this week.
Replacements.
Camila.
Kamala. Don't call her Camila.
I don't respect her.
No. I'm not asking who you think is going to replacement you want.
I don't want nobody from there. Fuck them. They're all Zionists.
Fair enough.
But it would be crazy because I do like entertainment. If Michelle Obama just comes out, bam.
I want Oprah.
Oh fuck no!
I want that
impossible.
Boondocks episode to come true. It said Oprah
that would
Winfrey
be crazy.
president.
That would be crazy.
I want that Boondocks episode to come
But
through.
even though whoever runs,
First of all, who hates Oprah?
huh?
Who hates Oprah? I haven't heard
People from the islands.
Okay, but I mean in America. Who in America hates Oprah?
Fuckable.
First of all, everybody don't tell me people from here. Everybody hates America outside of America, okay?
yeah.
They all think we're a joke. But I'm just saying, in America, who hates Oprah? White women love Oprah. Businesses love Oprah. Fucking
I prefer Ellen
black
DeGeneres.
people love Oprah. Like everybody loves fucking Oprah Winfrey.
I prefer Ellen DeGeneres.
No. I'm not having Ellen on no fucking shit.
But think about it. White,
Hell no. White and gay, she's never going to get in.
perfect combo.
She's never going to get in. Ellen would never.
But regardless, whoever decide, they have to know they're going to be losing regardless. Because there's no way you have, a couple of more months to run a whole campaign and win a president election. It's impossible.
Oprah got the money for it.
But it's impossible.
Oprah got the money for it.
Impossible.
Oprah got the money for it.
I don't know.
She got the money for it.
Is it all about money?
Yeah. Money wins elections. I think we've
true,
proven this right now.
Yeah.
Money wins elections. Oprah got the money. She got the time. I'm sure she got the. I don't know about the political know-how. That might be a bit of a stretch.
That's the thing, though. But the thing is, like, Trump is just too strong right now.
I really
Bro,
think,
he just got shot and got up and was like, fight. Like, that's gangster. Like, that shit is not going nowhere.
Okay, he got his ear clipped, okay? That nigga look like a Doberman now. Like, what the fuck?
And the next day he did a speech with a Band-Aid. Gangster.
Oh, and everybody started putting that fucking Band-Aid on.
That's a symbol now.
Bro, Republicans or like Trumpists, maybe not Republicans, but Trumpists are just so fucking easily swayed. I feel like as Democrats, we know our option is just as trash, but we know your option is way more trash. Are you registered as a
Democrat?
I'm 100% a Democrat.
Really?
100%.
Me, I was, but
I'm not crazy, right? Like I'm definitely more towards the middle.
To be fair,
there's sometimes. Sorry, my bad. There's sometimes like there's certain policies like I'll listen to Republicans and be like, makes sense. But it's the other shit around and be like, I can't let all this other shit slide though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like all the other crazy shit I can't let slide just because I agree with this one policy or like 1, 2, 3 policy.
That's fair, yeah.
It's like it's the other shit. I'm like, do I really want to be picking cotton again? I'm not sure about that. Like, is that worth lowering my state income tax and my federal taxes?
You know what's crazy?
It's all money.
You know what's crazy where I'm at now? It's what my teacher predicted 13 years ago. Actually, no. Yeah, 13 years ago. Because I told her, I was like, when I built a vote, I'm registered as a Democrat. She's like, oh, okay, cool. She's like, you're going to go to Democrat. And as you get older, you're going to become a Republican. And then if you decide not to stay in Republican, you become independent. And Lord behold, I'm independent now. Because I was a Democrat. My first president that I voted for when I turned 18 was Obama. That was the first time I voted.
Okay.
And then
they let your ass vote?
Huh?
They let your ass vote?
Best believe in the ass vote. You know what's the funny part about
Were you
it?
a U.S. citizen by 18?
Motherfucker, I am a U.S. citizen.
By 18, I mean.
Yes.
Because you weren't born here, so
I was born here.
Were you?
Jersey, motherfucker.
You were born here, then you went back to...
Yes.
Oh.
You did the whole fucking scam.
Yeah,
we
you
got
were
the citizenship.
born here and then you did... Okay, I was born here and then my family dipped. Same shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought like y'all... I thought like your sisters were born here, but you, Mo...
Actually, that's the opposite. My oldest and the youngest were born in Palestine, came here.
Bro.
We were born...
That's like my cousins.
And everybody in the middle was born in Jersey, moved over there.
Yeah, that's like my cousin. My cousins, the older two were born in Arizona, and then the youngest one, his dad just insisted to be born in Sudan. Why?
Just to give
I don't.
one.
Just on like some dumb
Yeah.
patriotism shit. And we're
But
like, look at him now. He can't do shit. He can't go nowhere. Can't do shit.
but then as I got older, I was like, oh my god, these motherfuckers are lying. So I became a Republican, and then with the Republicans, like there is some racist people, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm independent. So I'm
Yeah,
independent
This
now.
is sometimes you can't do that.
So I can't choose. So I'm right there and
The people
independent
who-
forever, and that's it.
So the people who I think are an absolute disgrace are gay conservatives, gay Republicans, and like the TikToks I've been seeing have just been fucking ridiculous. But gay Republicans and conservatives make me fucking sick because I
Why?
don't understand how you can just over money. Most of their excuses are like economic. And I'm like, we get it. You're rich and gay, and you want your state income tax to get lowered.
Congrats to them. I would
Is
be. I would be too.
is it worth your marriage getting torn apart? Is it worth
Yes.
your whole is it worth you losing all rights to be doing shit and people be able to discriminate against you? Like, do you have no self-worth? Don't you have any shame?
I will tell you right now, if I am making money in the millions and there's a guy comes out and he goes, hey, I will lower your
can't do
tax,
that.
I'm voting for him.
I can't do
I
that.
promise you.
I got no self-respect. Like
No.
I got no respect for those fuckers.
I'm telling you right now, money will change me. Money will change me.
Yeah, of
I don't
course.
care. Money will change me.
A smooth fuck you to like all gay Republicans and conservatives, and I'm like,
That's him, not me.
it's like
I'm a-
somebody. It's
I
like
agree with
somebody.
y'all.
It's like here's $1, but can I shoot you in the foot? Here's $100, bro, but I gotta shoot you in the foot. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? It's the same reason for me. Like,
But they
okay,
have
yeah,
the
I
right,
can
though.
agree with
But they have
economic
the right,
policy.
though. They have
I can
the right.
agree with the Republican economic policy, but it's the other shit I just can't fucking fuck with.
But doesn't matter. But that's their right, though. That
Yeah,
gives
no,
them the right.
100%. It's your right to vote who you want, and it's my right to say fuck you. I can say what
Yeah.
the fuck I want.
That's their right.
What are you
because
gonna do about it?
Democrats ain't doing shit up it for them.
Bro.
So that's why they would go Republican. Think about it.
You have a better. People forget that.
Amber Rose is a Republican now.
Of course she is, but it's every ignorant nigga. As soon as they make money, now they want to be a Republican.
That's gonna be me.
Yeah, it's literally
That's literally gonna be me.
you. All y'all ignorant niggas. As soon as you get a couple dollars, and now you want to be a Republican and pretend to talk that
Tell
you know
you.
about economic policy.
I promise you, I'm gonna forget about everybody too. As soon as that first milli hits the bank account, I'm different.
Yeah, if we can get a Republican that is more towards the middle, you have a better chance of me voting for
There
you.
are some.
Yeah, like it don't make no sense. But especially now like you could have had me vote Republican like 10 years ago, or like I like before Hillary. Shit, if I was old enough to vote around Bush times, I'm whatever.
Probably Bush.
But now. Politics is just trolling. Politics is just trolling. It's just trying to piss off the next people.
It's
like
a reality show.
Politics is a reality show. Now it's like, I think for the next 10 years we're screwed because it's just gonna be every party trying to give a fuck you to the other party, and nobody gives a shit about the
country.
citizen. Yeah, nobody gives a shit about the citizen.
Well,
Nobody
they-
gives a
well,
fuck.
they
So
all-
it's all a joke. Don't get me wrong.
Well, they all ran by APAC. That's why. If you really want to know, if you want to get,
I don't want to get into it, bro.
no, that's
it's
it.
depressing.
I'm telling
It's
people,
fucking
if you
depressing.
want to get down to it, just search APAC and see how much they have control, and then you know who it is.
Yeah, it's all depressing. I still say bring back Hillary, bro.
Hey, yo,
Bring back Hillary. That's a bad bitch.
She's gonna go to jail.
That's a bad and she will run the country from jail. That's a bad fucking bitch. Right? Like, come on.
No,
I voted for Hillary 2016.
did you?
I was like, bring her. I don't give a shit.
That was a
People
crazy
like,
time.
oh,
2016 was a crazy time.
yeah, and people are like, oh, her phone. Oh, Benghazi. Oh, she waterboarded them niggas. I'm like, so you think all of these niggas haven't done the same shit
Yeah, but
and
she got
worse? Like
exposed.
nobody cares. Didn't Obama had that kill list with the drone strikes?
Obama killed a lot of
yeah, Obama was running through these people.
Obama was throwing missiles like it was.
I don't hear nobody complain. That one, I hate. I don't like to go into like always because she's a woman, but I think it's just because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Because if she was a man and did that, they would be like, that's a real man right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like, that's a real nigga right there. Yeah,
You
he's
have no
hard
heart.
as hell.
Well,
But with Hillary, it's like she's a murderer.
fuck them.
Kill me. Yeah. So yeah,
But
fuck all that. American politics has just become a
Just to get to
circus
the
at this
thing,
point.
because you mentioned Sudan. Yesterday,
I was gonna talk about that.
South Sudan
South,
put that work for the Team USA.
Yep. They
First
were.
South Sudan game, I'm putting money on them. Easy.
I don't know about all that, but it was so.
Crazy.
It was so fucking. The first I saw, so they released the roster in the morning, and I
Yes.
was like, "Oh, we're fucked,"
Yeah.
right? Because I'm Sudanese, we all used to be one country until like 2010 or 2009 or some shit,
Yep.
and then after that, South Sudan became its own country. But I still
Yeah.
ride for them. Salute.
Yeah.
But I saw the roster and I said, oh my god, we're gonna get fucked up.
Do you know any of the players? Like,
No, I saw the Team USA roster.
Oh, I see,
didn't
I
need to
see.
see. Bro, that's how little coverage they got. Nobody even posted like a
Yeah.
public roster for them.
Oh,
like you'd
wow.
have to. I had to go digging for information. Apart from Wenyan Greenborough, I don't know them niggas.
Yeah.
You know, but I was like, oh, we're fucked. And I even sent it to my friend Yasmin.
Yeah.
And then
They were up at halftime.
like an hour later, it was like, Team USA down by 14 at halftime. I
At
said,
halftime.
God damn.
Damn, South Sudan was balling.
South Sudan was balling. And then like another hour later, I was like, did these niggas just lose by 1 point?
Yeah.
I said, that's crazy.
And the reason why, because LeBron was like, fuck no. And LeBron just went crazy.
Yeah, I heard he balled
LeBron
out.
and Steph just went crazy. Steph was shooting from fucking...
I think they
Steph was shooting from the bench.
I think they underestimated them, and they were like, let's use this as a like because they put Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, LeBron, and Steph Curry.
That was,
And who was the fifth one? Who was the fucking fifth one?
uh,
I forgot. My bad. But anyway, like I
Edwards.
saw that roster, I was like, bro, this is a training exercise. Like,
Nah,
because it's
dude.
a random roster to put
South
together.
Sudan showed up. I'm not even
And then South Sudan like put that work, and
put
they were
that
like, bet.
work. And they were even like Team USA. You could tell they were like, oh shit, like we almost let this one slide.
Yeah, LeBron at the end. LeBron was like, "Hey, a win is a win. We get our
Yeah.
shit
Of
together.
course a
we
win
get
is a win,
better. Of course, a win is a win.
Because you guys got fucking smoked.
You got cooked, and they
You
got
got smoked
exposed.
by some old mechanics and
They
teachers.
got exposed,
Like,
bro. Wenyan Gabriel at the end. You should go to like I think Bleacher Report or House of Highlights. They had his speech.
to be honest, that was a win for South Sudan.
100%. But he was literally saying like we don't have indoor courts to train in. He said
Nothing.
we a bunch of refugees out here trying to ball,
Yep, and they balled.
and they balled out.
Yep.
So yeah, shout out to
And
South
I
Sudan.
hope-
That was amazing.
And I
to
hope
watch.
all of them get picked by like the G League or some like they get at least tryouts.
I hope
Like,
they get picked up.
I hope they get exposed like internationally. You know
Wenyan Gabriel, isn't he a Laker?
who?
Wenyan Gabriel, isn't he a Laker?
I don't know. I'm
think
not
so.
a Lakers fan.
I don't know if he's not with us no more in the new season, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he was a
But
Laker
there,
like
but
last
there
year.
were they were saying like it was an ex NBA player who actually went back to South Sudan and invested in the, like to make a team, stuff
They
like
still
that.
don't have an indoor court.
I
bro.
know, but that was like that's just telling you like at least it's building. All you have to do is
Yeah.
put the root in, it will grow. But
Yeah,
now
I
they're
think this game alone will give a lot of investor
100%.
interest in the
Yes.
country and the team.
yes,
Like,
especially the
people think
NBA.
people think it's just sports, but it's moments like these, like, oh, it's just sports, not that big a deal.
No, it makes a huge
It's
impact.
moments like these that, like you said, politics is a shit show, but it's moments like these that will make a country more popular, will bring awareness to a situation, and then other people will invest. Now, whether it's for good intentions or just for, just to show out, it's fine by me, because at the end of the day, there's people's lives that improve.
You know
out
who's
of
a
it.
good example of that? Morocco. Morocco, years ago,
yeah.
they invested in soccer fields, training programs. They were inviting other coaches because they're like, yo, there's talent here. And now look, Hakimi, Morocco balled out in the World Cup. And now Morocco is probably one of the best ones that, chances of winning.
Yeah, so it
It's
was
just
incredible
planted
to
their seed.
watch.
I say if they actually take it seriously, dude, South Sudan is going to be a problem for everybody.
I don't know about winning, but they could put in work.
No, they could be a problem. That's what it is.
Yeah, they could put in work.
Yeah.
They will embarrass some countries. They
exactly.
might, they might.
Some European
even-
countries, that'd
yes.
be crazy.
And it'll
Yeah.
it'll piss them off because
That'd
South
be
Sudan are the
crazy.
blackest niggas alive.
Imagine them beating Spain. Oh, that'd
Oh
be
yes,
cold.
oh them Spanish niggas.
Dude, they racist.
They're right.
They're racist.
Do you remember? Speaking of like racism in sports, do you remember when England made it to the Euros final with Spain, and all the British people were like, "It's coming home, it's coming home."
Yeah.
I saw a post. It was like, all black people brace yourselves because if y'all don't win, they're going to come for all the
all of
niggas
you.
in the country.
They come after all you.
Like it's a shame that's actually how that's like a thing. So
Well,
if you,
that
like,
happened
watch
last year.
soccer-
That
yeah, if you watch,
happened-
it happened like every year. England does shit.
Remember when England lost the finals and Euros?
It's not even England. Italy too.
No,
remember
England.
what happened then?
They went off on Saka. They were putting all these racist stuff, and then Saka finally redeemed himself. And they're like, "Oh, we love him. We support him." And it's like
He was
so.
like, I think he was like, "Fuck y'all."
Of
Saka
course.
literally was like, "Fuck y'all." Like,
Same
y'all
thing-
cussed me when I missed that. Was it a missed the penalty?
When he missed the penalty, and they
I
lost
think
the
it was.
whole
Yeah, I
cup,
think it was a missed the penalty and they lost. But again, like after like you said, he redeemed himself. He was still
Same
he
thing
stood,
with Ozil.
He stood by that. He stood by that. No, it's still fuck you guys.
Yeah, Ozil with Germany. Ozil, when he wins, he's German. He won them the World Cup.
And
One of
then
the
if he
greatest
doesn't,
players.
He's just some Turkish dirty motherfucker.
A dirty
Like, they
Muslim,
just-
terrorist.
yeah.
And then as soon as he
Same
posted,
with Mo Salah. Mo Salah fucks up. Here you go.
but Mo Salah now he's kind of being like a yes person now.
But still, like,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, at the beginning of his career,
Beginning,
like,
yep.
at his peak,
Yep.
like, he fucks up. It's some, you know, it's
Muslim,
cussing out
Egyptian.
Egypt. It's cussing out Muslims. It's
And when he
cussing
win,
out.
if he's Muslim, we're Muslim too. Like the
Yeah, he
singing that
wins. I'm
song.
like, hey, Mosallah. They start doing the praying shit. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
fucking.
come on, guys.
Fucking racist fucks.
Yeah, I remember the worst one. I think was like when Italy, them Italian boys that got. I can't remember which competition it was, but them
What was it?
Italian boys. Italy had like it was like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't watch soccer that often, but I remember like when shit pops off. But Italy had like a bunch of Italian players. Like Italy had lost or something, and they went for them blacks.
Yeah.
Like it was like very shameful. That was one that like stuck out on top of my head.
No, it's.
Well, yeah, if somebody remembers, like put that in the comments for me, like because I remember it was like at least like 2 years ago maybe, and the Italian team had like lost on some shit.
Yeah.
And they
They
blamed
changed
they blamed the niggas. But yeah, them South Sudanese boys, they the blackest on the planet. It will
Well,
piss off white folk.
Well, hopefully in the future we start seeing people who are migrated are playing for their nationality.
Yeah, like
And
the Joel Embiid thing. I really would have liked to see Joel Embiid. What is he? Senegal, Sierra Leone, some shit.
Something like that.
Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them.
I really hope
And like he becomes a U.S. citizen and then immediately plays for Team USA.
yeah.
He is kind of getting up there.
But I really hope when they stop giving a shit about money, they're just like, you know what? And then all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing like big countries, even the U.S., Spain, Germany, are not competitive because all of a sudden because all your players are immigrants. Like,
if they were like, cool, only the whites from the white countries can play,
Yeah.
bet.
Bet.
You'll have a roster of 4.
Yep, exactly. And one of them is the coach.
You'll have a roster of 4 or 5 people on a team that should be 9.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you guys need to respect the fact that these players are playing to represent your country, just because you know.
And nothing worse when they see
their
that
heritage is different. That doesn't make that's weak.
nothing worse. Like the one that pisses me off the most is the France ambassador, whatever, the president, of how he's cheering for France playing, and I'm like, you racist fuck. Like these players are like they have Muslim families, and you're out here like banning hijabs and like being an anti-Muslim, and it's like you're such a fucking hypocrite. Like
I can't stand. Actually, there's this one Iranian boy that I don't know, but
yeah,
you know, just follow each other on social media. Talk to him a couple times. Bro, I hate when you fresh off the boat niggas come, and as soon as you get your papers, turn on all other immigrants. I'm like, have y'all no shame?
That actually
Have y'all
bothers
no
me.
shame? This nigga like constantly posts shit, and at this point, I really just follow him for the comedy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I did this. I had to
like,
work for it.
he'll like repost some shit
Yeah.
about like immigration policy, and it's like, oh my god, the land of the free, home is a brave, opportunity, you come back. I'm like, nigga, you just got off this fucking boat like 5-6 years ago. Like you just got here. What the fuck is wrong with you? Have you no shame?
Well,
have you no
some of them too,
self-respect?
like where they come in, they do a lot of work, and they become citizens, and then they see somebody that they migrated the same way, but it was easy for them to get a citizenship, and they get mad. It's like, dude, the whole goal is to be safe.
The whole goes.
And
to
it's
be safe.
like
yeah, these
because
people
if you had an easy route, you would have taken it too, motherfucker. Like,
let's
so
not
no,
act-
you know what's worse than that? In Florida, Cubans.
Oh yeah.
Cubans are all about like
There's a,
leave them there in Cuba, and it's like, bro, your
You
parents came
just-
there. Like,
and it's always the white Cubans over the dark skin.
yes, it's always the.
It's
race.
always colorism. Like it always comes back to colorism. It's like Namor when he was for Marvel. It was always just because he too dark a Mexican.
Yep.
Like y'all wanted a lighter Mexican to come through and do this shit. Like, come on, bro.
It's crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, people have zero self-respect.
100%. It's always when it comes down to it, it's all about color.
Have you ever seen like a Philistini do that, like in your community?
I wish.
Sudanese people. I haven't seen a Sudanese person do some shit like that.
I wish
Like,
a Palestinian comes up to me and starts talking about immigration. I would, bro. By the time I hear the immigrant combos,
I would wait to see like.
combos.
I would wait to see if it was positive before I smack
No,
them.
I haven't honestly never met.
I haven't seen.
Well,
I haven't
the
heard
only thing-
Sudanese people.
the
Sudanese people just
only-
want their own to come here. Like, oh, thank God.
The only I seen that pisses me off, the Palestinians, where, hey man, if you made it, you started a business and you're wealthy, congratulations. I hate when they start looking down on other Palestinians, like, oh, these poor ones.
To be fair, y'all do have like a
And-
inter-village beef anyway.
Yeah,
y'all
and I
already
was-
had that from back
And I
home.
was just like, yo, chill the fuck out. Like, you ain't cool. Like, you ain't special.
I hear that shit.
And I
sometimes.
seen that a lot. And then they always, but what happens? They always get humbled. It comes back.
I really think like Arabs kind of like to cap on how well they're doing.
Yeah, that's very
Like you hear
common.
that a lot. Like I remember we used to go to hookah like sometimes at the barbershop, and
Yeah.
they'd sit there talking about like
I'm doing
you know,
this.
what car they bought and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you know that was a salvage title. What are you doing?
Or like a rental or
Yeah.
lease.
Like, even if it's again, I don't like if you can afford to do it, but like again, why do you have to like talk shit on
Or
niggas?
that they throw that at your face when they're losing an argument.
I have a business.
I have to do business. I don't.
They losing an argument.
I don't live with my parents, and they're like, "All right, dude, you still,
Aren't you supposed to look after your parents?
you're still a bitch."
Aren't you? Wait, I would just be like, aren't you supposed to look after your parents?
they're
Like, you
like,
abandoned them?
You're
bro?
still a hoe. Like, it don't matter.
Astaghfirullah.
I make this much, and I'm wearing this. I'm like, all right, cool.
You want a cookie?
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah, people.
it's the word shaif halak. Do you guys say that?
Shaif halak?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
not in a
How do you say
flamboyant accent.
How do you say it?
I don't fucking know.
That's flamboyant accent. Shaif halak.
Shaif halak.
No, you
we
say
got
it
a
like
we got a
that.
different way to say it, but
That's what
again,
I'm saying.
it's been too long, bro.
Yeah.
I'm losing. I feel like I'm worried. I was like losing a little bit of touch with the culture,
Yes, I need
and
to
then
go
I
back.
sometimes remember my issues with the culture, and that guilt goes away.
I need to go to Egypt. I think I might want to go to Egypt.
You should go to Egypt.
Yep.
100% worth it.
But if I go, I'm gonna go to that by the water. What's that town called? Shar, something like that. It's a party town. It's by the water.
I don't
They
know. I
have
haven't been there.
They have that Aladdin hookah lounge.
No, bro. I think that's like downtown Cairo, bro. I don't think that's a nice place. I remember that's a nice, not a nice place to be.
But I feel like
You gotta go to New Cairo. New Cairo is where it's at.
I heard that too.
New Cairo is where it's at. It's like to live. Like obviously you want to go party, you could probably just end up around Egypt. But when I was
Yeah.
there, New Cairo was where it was at.
But now it's the worst time because they have a cutoff
Hot
time.
as fuck.
Hot as fuck. They're cutting off the time now. I think it was like 10 o'clock. They're cutting off the electricity.
Really?
Because
I
they're
don't know. When
trying
we
to
were
save
there,
it.
that city didn't sleep. Like winter, December, it was like Vegas.
That's what I need to
It
go.
was just lights all the time. Like, I think the matam, the hookah spot that I go to is like, they're like, oh, we close at like 5 and we reopen again at like 10. I'm like, what?
Nice.
Like, how are these people? And it's like
Can
the
you
same
eat street
employees.
food and not get food poison?
Yeah, I didn't get food poisoning one bit.
I see.
Like, it was good food, bro.
Okay, bet.
But speaking of Egypt, I got a bone to pick with my mother again.
Why?
So I bring up the topic. Remember, like last episode, I said she don't want to come. She don't want to come visit me.
Yeah,
And I got beef.
it's hot.
I bring up the topic again. You know what she says to me?
What?
I want you to come here and you can bring your cats. Let's figure out how to get you and your cats here. And I'm like, all this so you don't want.
I mean, you can go visit.
I'm not trying to go visit, especially not now.
Not now. I mean, like during winter,
Bro, retired parents really think that like
they have all the time in the world.
they really think that you got all the time in the world.
Yep.
They're like, you should just come here. I'm like, I have a job.
That's
You don't remember what it was like?
and also too. That's why a lot of them are always scared because they start their day at 7 a.m. They get everything done by 9:30, 10. And then when they go home, although they watch the news is all negative. So they're always fucking pissed off,
No, my
thinking the world is going to shithole.
My
I'm talking about it
mother's,
here.
yeah, my mother's up till like 3 a.m. Like every day. I could call her like at 4 p.m. here.
And she's just
and
wired.
she will answer.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how she lives like this. Like my mom loves to do like charity. She loves to like hang out with people, help people do projects, stuff like that. She's like the type of person, like I remember when they had like just moved to Egypt and like she didn't have shit to do. Like it was very depressing for her.
Oh.
But like now, like more and more of the community is coming, like the Sudanese community is coming, and she's like, oh, I have more people to hang out with, more people to help. I now know the country more.
Yeah.
So it was much better. But back when she couldn't, like, she's kind of that kind of person. Like she needs to stay active.
Yeah, yeah.
She's not the kind of person that just
It
wants to sit around.
It's just
and do
getting
nothing.
easier by the day for her. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's easier now. I think she's pretty adjusted to the Egyptian
Good.
culture.
Alhamdulillah. Good. For
Yeah,
her.
they're pretty adjusted. But I'm like, I'm not. And then they had the nerve to argue over which cat I would give them.
Oh, she wants us to keep one.
First of all, nobody wants Tina. Tina's my OG. Nobody wants her.
Okay.
Because she's a bitch.
You got a Tino.
Like she's the only one that like I'm the
Mhm.
only one she's chill with.
And
But
what's the other one's name?
Nassim and Luna,
Okay.
they're fighting
So
over
you
them.
just
She's
give
like,
all your cats black names.
Yeah, I think Nassim means breeze.
So you
or
could just feel
spring,
like
I don't know.
so you could just feel like at home. Huh?
Luna, I didn't give her the name. That's Sahara. She was like a rescue. But I'm like, y'all got zero respect for me.
Is 3 cats enough for you, or you need more?
No, enough. I didn't want the third. I just wanted 2. The third, like, Sahara scammed me. I hope you're listening to this, bitch. You scammed me.
Why?
She was telling me like, oh, this is
Can you
my
foster?
boyfriend's cat. Like his mom's cat gave birth. Like, she's allergic to cats, which I know she is. So
Yeah.
I know, don't doubt that. But she's like, I need to find like a place for her, but I need to put her somewhere because like she's, there's no space at my place, blah, blah, blah. And she had gone to like other houses. She was like, could you just watch her while I find her a house?
Yeah.
I bring her home. I open the crate. She runs out and starts playing with Nassim. They rolling around and shit. The next 3 days, I'm seeing them sleeping on each other, licking on each other.
You're like, there's no way I can separate this.
I called her. I was like, bitch, if you pay for her to get fixed, I will keep her.
How much was it to get paid?
It's like $70, something like that.
Oh, fucking cheap fuck.
Bro, no, I'm sorry. You're inconvenient. You know how much how much money I spend on kitty litter and food now? No. You know how like I will sweep my house like every 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Like, and just as soon as I'm done, it's just balls of black hair. Just from Luna.
Yeah.
Not the other two. Just from Luna is balls of black hair blowing around my house like a fucking tumbleweed.
Mine, I spent $100 a month on Tony, but Tony damages my shirts, my whole studio, everything. Probably cost me about $5 grand plus, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's so.
But I love him.
Yeah, Nassim and I've given up on buying a new couch because they love to
Oh,
scratch.
dude, gone.
I was like, there's no way.
My whole bed frame is all Tony.
Yeah.
So it sheds so much. I'm like, there's no point of keep cleaning it. Plus, too, nobody comes to my place, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like.
But I know for a fact I'm not getting that security deposit
I remember
back.
I remember I was fooling around with someone, and Nassim just came and got right up in there, and I had to kick him like halfway through. Like he didn't. I think thankful. Like Nassim came and got right between them cheeks. I was like, "Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here!"
Yo, that's disgusting, yo.
Like I was like, "Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here!"
So
what
your
are you
cats
doing?
are even in that mix, huh?
Yeah, my cat's trying to eat some ass.
Yo.
Jean.
That's disgusting.
Yo, he a little spicy, a little zesty.
Well, there's nothing wrong with you getting
Speaking
pussy.
of-
There's nothing wrong with you getting pussy for once.
Speaking of zesty, who was out here twerking in the kitchen, bro?
Who?
Yo ass posted a somebody posted a somebody close to us posted a video of your ass twerking in the
Rosie.
kitchen.
I wasn't twerking in the kitchen. I was showing my
was-
hip movements. I was
Nah,
so
I
there's
saw him was throwing it back.
no, it was hip movement. It wasn't twerking.
It's not good hip movement.
I was telling my sister what I was doing the night before. I was like, yo, I was putting that work in. But this video, you know how old that video was?
Bro, it was hilarious.
Like 4 years ago.
I thought it was recent. I said, this nigga's really out here twerking in the kitchen.
No, yeah. Rose, my brother recorded it, sent it to him like 4 years ago, and I guess he has it in his
Your brother
history.
threw you under the bus.
And then he hits me up and he goes, "Can I post this?" And I was like, "Yeah, but just pick a
Wow,
big-"
he actually asked?
yeah." And I was
wouldn't
like,
have asked.
"Just pick a good song," and he didn't. So
I
failed.
would not.
He failed
I
me on
would
that.
never have asked, bro.
my brothers and my friends that have a lot of videos of me just being fucking stupid. The best, there's a lot, but you saw the hip movement though. For a fat man, I can move.
All right, I got a couple scenarios. All right, let's move on because this is depressing. I don't want to talk about your fucking twerking shit and politics. Oh, Michelle Obama is trending.
I was showing my hip thrust.
But so dark humor. Want to hear a dark humor joke?
Okay, let's finish it off with that.
I'm gonna finish it off. We got time.
No.
What's the difference
I don't.
between a pedophile and acne?
What?
Acne waits until you're 13 to come on your face.
No. Go to hell for that one. All right,
I'm not the one who said that shit.
Another one.
I got this from the ACS Confessions page.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh. Oh,
That's
Jesus.
horrible. Whoever wrote that joke is go to hell, motherfucker.
What the fuck? Nah, there's some of these I can't read. Some of these is questionable, bro. I can't read this shit. No. That one was foul. I was trying to read. There was a good situation. It just refreshed and I lost it. Oh, here we go. On a church cruise with Jackson, my new husband. We met in church 2 years ago. The cruise, our honeymoon, was a raffle prize. Second night on the cruise, I got sick and I retired to our cabin. Jackson returned to our cabin hours later, drunk and bruised. He had a puffy eye and long scratches on his back. Jackson said that when we get home, we must find a new church. Him, these are wicked people. Me, why? What happened? Jackson was so drunk and angry that he told the truth. My husband and 2 other church members were running a train on a woman. The other men attacked Jackson because he took too long to climax. And the other men wanted a quickie because they had to return to their wives. So the 2 men jumped him and pulled him off the woman. The woman left. They fought him again. He says, "You know I can't come fast." Me, "You got your ass beat at an orgy?" It dawned on him that he confessed to cheating. Him, "I'm drunk. I said it was an exorcism, not an orgy."
That's disgusting. That's
it's so hard to
I didn't
believe
know
that these scenarios were fucking real.
Is the worst part about it is some guy trying to make it up, and he thinks it's like the funniest shit he ever wrote in his life.
I don't think it might be real, but at the same time,
It's just the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard in my life. Like the past 35 seconds, I want them back.
You want them back? And I was like, what the fuck? You got your ass beat in an orgy because you're taking too long?
That's the dumbest fucking thing. Ain't nobody that's dumb.
Nah.
Absolutely dumb.
Now, if it was real, fucking hilarious.
If it was real, well, that's fucking disgusting.
If your friend comes up to you and be like, bro, I got my ass beat in an orgy.
I'd be like, you're an idiot.
You smacking the shit out of him.
I'd be like, you're an absolute idiot.
I'm smacking the fuck out of you. Like, why did they need to drag you off? They couldn't just like stop and switch sides.
That's why I'm saying like dumb as fuck.
It didn't. Yeah, it don't sound real.
Dumb
but I
as
read
fuck.
it and I was like, bro, this shit is crazy.
Or maybe he's trying to gas himself up, saying that was him because I can't come fast. I have to last long. Trying to act like
Oh,
Which one?
this one.
Okay, go for
I'm
it.
trying to convert my one night stand (brackets
Okay.
we've been together for a month) into a full relationship. Way too
Mhm.
soon. I feel he's losing interest, so I set up tiny cameras around his home. He works from home, so I watch the video feed and listen to his convos all day. Yeah.
Is this an episode of You?
Okay, that toxic couple love each other. Anyway, back to this. He's interested in at least 3 other women. He talks to his mom and brother about his dreams, insecurities, etc. And I take notes. When he mentions he's hungry, I send food. When he's about to masturbate, I text nudes. I've mistakenly mentioned things he hadn't told me, and that threw him off. So I pretended to be psychic. Basically, I repeat things that I've heard him say or do on camera. Now he's asking for bigger predictions, like the lottery, which I can't do. Also, he told his brother that I'm creeping him out. How do I convince him to trust me and stop him from chasing those 3 women? One day he invited me over for sex, but met up with one of the women for coffee after I left.
Cold-blooded.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry to say this. You're a placeholder.
Cold-blooded.
You're a placeholder. It is cold-blooded, but also you need to go to jail.
I don't know, because if I had a girl that put cameras all over my spot and she's guessing everything that I need, it's cold. That's dope. I'm not going to lie to you.
You're going to be like, I need $50,000. Where am I going to get $50,000?
No, if I was just like, yo, I'm hungry, and she's like, text me, like, hey, do you want food? I'm like, that's
She's
so
watching
perfect.
you jerk off. She's recording that shit.
Huh?
She's watching you jerk off. She's recording that shit. You're not worried about like blackmail?
Nah, there's no such about it. Post it, nigga.
I already said my shit is all over the internet. I said one day somebody gonna blackmail us, and I'm gonna be like, release it. I don't give a fuck.
No.
But and I hope you remember your response. Remember what you said when I told you? You said no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah, if she has
I don't
videos
wanna
of me,
hear-
I
was talking about my shit, but that's
Oh,
another story.
your shit. Oh, my God.
Yeah, my shit. I probably have like a whole website somewhere dedicated to me. Just the content that's out there.
You're not that special.
The content that's out there.
You're not that special.
I know.
You're not that
But wait, you remember like a couple episodes ago
you
we
think,
talked about?
You think you're going to get sketched?
Yeah.
So after you make it and over it, somebody's like, yo, this is Kane's videos. How are you going to do an apology video?
There's no apology video. There's no apology video. Who am I apologizing for?
I'm going to get online and be like,
First of
I
all,
knew it.
I'm the victim. Who am I apologizing for?
I knew it.
I'm like,
that boy gay. That boy gay.
very much so.
Hey,
But
it's all good.
who gives a fuck? I'm not. There's no way. Just to tell you, if you're listening to this and you think about blackmail me, there's no black. You're not getting a dime out of it.
Exactly,
I
because
promise
he's
you
not black,
this.
he's white. It's white male.
What? Fucking moron. But no, remember we talked a couple episodes ago
Yeah,
about
yeah.
about like liking kind of like jealous partners and shit like that.
Yeah.
Bro, this is too far. I'm talking about monitor my snap score, check my location, not
You think?
put
Maybe I
cameras
want
in my
that
house.
toxic guy. She knows what I'm doing.
Did you see that TikTok? You know how people do those TikToks with like Minecraft? They're just like playing Minecraft and
Yeah.
it's like the voiceover. So there was one of them. I don't know if this is real, but it sounded crazy.
Yeah.
And the mom could probably go to jail for this. But long story short, the mom put cameras in her son's room, and she told him, she was like, "I'm putting cameras in your room," so he knew they were there.
Okay.
Right? She's like, "I'm putting cameras in your room. Like, I'm putting a camera in your room so I can see that you're doing your homework and doing all that shit." He's like, "Bitch, I'm 17. This is a huge violation of my privacy. Like,
Yeah.
that's cool up until like 7. After that, you got to take that shit out."
Yeah.
But long story short, he said in order to get her to like stop as like a punishment, he said, "I looked right at the camera and I jerked off all day right in the camera."
Good for him.
And he was like, I made sure she knew I was staring at her and everything. And then at the end of the week, She looked at the footage and like flipped out and like was cussing him and shit. But he was like, my dad thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
First question, why is the dad even allowing this?
Well, because he doesn't want to deal with her too.
First, like, there's a teenager.
He doesn't want a camera in his room too.
I can imagine, like, yo, you tell your son, like, you're not allowed to close the door until you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, you want to check on him, like, no closed doors, door open until you go to sleep, shit like that.
That mother's bugging, dude.
But, bro, this is an example of just like women not knowing
how to raise a boy.
Not how to raise a boy, but not truly understanding like a young boy's needs.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not saying like all women don't. Like, I'm sure there are, but like there's definitely a disconnect. Like, y'all truly don't understand what they need.
There is a thing a mother can teach a boy raising a kid, especially, you know, a boy, but to a certain level. There's things it has to be a man.
They're saying,
and that's a fact.
Not, yeah. I think I gotta agree with you on this one. Like, it doesn't have to be like the dad. Like, you could still be a single mom doing this, but like, if he got an older cousin, an uncle, something like somebody to teach him this.
Yep.
Because there's some shit like, I'm sorry, you ladies will never understand, and I'm
100%.
sure it's the same way going the other side.
And I'll tell you this: a grown woman will agree with you. A grown woman will agree with you.
And I'm sure it's the same way. Like, there's some shit as a dad, you are not going to be able to teach your daughter.
And she needs a mother to teach her that.
And it's like, I'm not one of those people like, we need the nuclear family. You need to have mom and dad in the house. No, but you do need to have a good example.
Yeah.
Like healthy, what do you call them? Healthy role models.
A mother can teach a boy how to love, how to be kind. A father can teach a girl how to somebody can protect her, how somebody can provide for her.
Can't a dad teach his boy how to be kind, how to love?
Fuck no.
Because niggas are scumbags.
No, we can never. It's hard.
We're scumbags.
We can only do it like what is it called? Tough love. Mother can do it softly, kindly. That's what I'm saying. There are certain things.
There's certain shit, but that I was like.
But I hate when they be like, "No, I can teach my little boy." And I'm like, "You will not." I'm telling you right now, he will start lying to you. He will start hiding things for you.
I remember.
You'll only know 10%.
I told my aunt when she adopted her son, he was like 3 days old, some shit when he came home. And I was like, when that nigga hits puberty, run me a video call.
Like,
because there's some shit. Like, I talked to them and taught them about like, okay, this is what he gonna need and stuff. But like, this is a conversation he's not gonna want to have with you. And it's not because you're his mom. It's because you're a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some conversations I would have had with my dad. Like, I've had some private conversations like with my dad, like when I was like a teenager coming up.
Yeah.
Even though we weren't like at that time in my life, we weren't very close, but there was no way I was having that conversation with my mom. 100%. And it's not because 100%. She's my mom. It's because she's a woman. I wouldn't have had it with any other woman.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And I hate when people can't have this conversation and be like, oh, you're just weird. You're not comfortable. It's not that. It's just, dude, there's a conversation you can have with your mom that you can't have with your dad. And there's conversations you can have with your dad that you can't have with your mom.
It's like I could have had that conversation with an uncle. Not gonna have it with my mama.
Yeah, I wish I had an
now
uncle.
I bombard her with like TMI.
Yeah, so. That's one thing I kind of like. I wish because like I wish I had an uncle that I could be like hit up and talk to, but I had none of that. So
yeah,
so that's why I'm trying to be the uncle for my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to have the conversation. Like, nobody has hit me up yet, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this nigga's hit puberty.
I talk to some friends who are single moms and they having a boy as well, and I tell them, I'm like, hey, you need to back off a little bit because there's things that is gonna happen. Regardless, is gonna happen.
There's some things you shouldn't shame them. Like, I know religiously we're like, oh, haram, you can't masturbate, whatever. Like, you don't seem to understand that, like, as a grown man,
he has to.
If he don't touch himself for like a day or two, he will lose his mind.
His mind is all.
As a teenager, if you're not doing it every couple hours, his brain will melt.
He's not. Yeah.
It's an urge. Like, I don't know what it's like for women, but it's an urge. A guy.
It's a different. Yeah. That's 90% of what they're thinking of.
Yeah, and then
unless they're playing video games or something they're into, like comics or whatever they're
like
into.
Sports, especially if they're like sporty.
Even when they're sports,
they're sporty. It's worse.
Yeah, because there are girls around and they're
not even if it's girls around, bro. Like, you got that extra testosterone.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I don't know about you, but like when I go to when I'm done with like working out and I take my shower, like I feel frisky. After the gym, I feel frisky. I need to get some tension out. You know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It's real shit.
I don't know about you, but I like to bust one after a good session. That's all you say.
Right? That's literally it. You telling me you don't work out, spend your time pounding on that fucking bag, and then go home and be like, you know what?
I'll pound on
yeah, you pounded on another bag right after. Like, Yo, right after.
Nah,
So
it's cool.
it is what it is.
No, there's
like,
one thing I always ask.
even as I'm getting older, this problem is not getting fixed.
I always ask this to my friends. I'm like, hey, I'd be like, hey, do you remember, especially like when they have boys now? And I'd be like, hey, do you remember when you were young and you used to talk to boys and then you would take their hoodies home and then you keep them and you think it's funny?
That would get them.
After,
that would get
right,
them
listen, right?
right.
And then they'll be like, yeah, it was cute, funny, cute. Like, it's funny, right, when a girl does it. Now, think about this now. Now you have a boy. Now you're working your ass off here. Now you take him shopping. You just bought him a $60 Nike hoodie. And then he starts talking to this girl. She keeps it because she thinks it's cute. They break up, but she keeps the hoodie. Is it funny now?
No.
And they all, one by one, they go, fuck no. I'll kill that bitch. I'll go grab it myself. And I was like, that's karma.
Karma right there.
That's teaching you right there when you get a boy. I'm telling you right now, it's a saying, but I'm just gonna not really do it. But when a guy has a daughter, it will humble him and it will teach him to a lot of things. Respect women. And when a mother has a boy, it will teach him a lot about discipline.
That's what they say.
And patience.
That's what they say. That there's that saying like, if you were a hoe, God will punish you with daughters.
The guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if a
yeah,
guy's
yeah,
a hoe, like
yeah.
again, it's all like whatever. But if a guy's a hoe, God will punish you with daughters, and
well,
hopefully they're not ran through, so you could like cry.
Well, it's a saying. It's not obviously true, but it's
not
also a
thing.
joke that they say. But it's not all. It's if you have your first one is a girl. So if it's the first one, you were like, "Oh, what did you used to do?" That's the joke they would say.
I used to joke.
How were you when you were younger?
I used to joke with one of my managers back because he's got like $3 now, maybe $4. I think the fourth one. And I was like, "You was a hoe back in the day, weren't you, bro?" He would just like laugh. He would never respond. He would just laugh.
That's confirming.
I was like, "See, you have nothing but daughters. Somebody was a little playboy back in the day."
I had a cousin who had two or three girls, and bro, he's a saint. Like he is a saint. So I used to always call him like, "You're a liar. You're what the fuck." And then he finally got a boy, and we just let.
But I will say, like,
died.
When I see like any of my friends like have daughters and stuff like that, they are the craziest like infatuated dad. Not crazy in a bad way. Crazy like wanting to be super involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if like the daughter comes first.
Yes.
The sons come first. It's a wrap for you daughters. Nobody's giving a shit.
Yeah. No.
But if you, like my ex-manager friend, he's got like 4 now.
Yeah.
Bro, you see him like on social media, like he loves those girls. It's a beautiful family.
I have a cousin where he has nothing but girls, and if you talk to him, first time, I would say less than 5 minutes, he'll mention that he has girls. Like that's how much he loves his girls. Yeah. And I love that.
Yeah,
and to be honest with you,
energy, but
I'm most likely going to be like that.
But
I'm going to be, and I already know if I have girls, I am going to be spoiling them. I am going to be whatever, yes. Boys is going to be a different conversation. Yeah. Boys, I'm going to be definitely hard.
So ladies, if you marry a guy and your uterus won't stop popping out women, you just give him a little slap, be like, you fucking hoe.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. Another one?
That's, yeah.
Hmar. Just that back of the head, hmar. Every time.
Boom.
Yeah, now you have 7 kids and they all daughters. Your man.
To be honest with you, I'd be cool with all girls if I had like 4 girls, all my daughters. It'd be dope.
I don't really care, but
I'll definitely turn them against their mother. Every argument.
We keep having this conversation, and
I'd be like, now I got a female backup.
We talk about
girls.
prenups. We talk about all that shit, and your first instinct is to make sure like the mother never sees her kids again. That's your first instinct every fucking time we have this conversation.
I know for a fact I'd be a great father, but I'd be the worst husband.
Yeah, probably.
I'd be the worst husband.
You need to like
because as soon as that first child is born.
I feel like the only way would be fair is if like your wife, like you have like 3 kids and your wife tragically passes away, and now you can run your life in peace. Now you're like, no more. I got to be paranoid about this bitch taking my kids. I truly believe that's like the best situation for you.
I'm gonna say this right now.
You're not gonna love her.
I'm gonna say this right now. After 43 episodes, that's probably the smartest thing you ever said in my. Shut the fuck up. That's
probably because you actively talk about how you're gonna be like you're a terrible husband.
Yeah.
The only way is that give her back to God and she's in peace, and now you can.
Or if she's okay, if just not.
You can raise your kids your way without having any sort of interruptions.
That's all I need. I need a volunteer. That's what I probably need.
You need a baby mama. It sounds like.
That's what it is. Baby mama that doesn't want to be a baby mama.
Baby mama that gets locked up.
Nah.
She in jail now. She can't get custody. Now you don't have to worry about shit. She's still alive, but she can't get custody.
That's true.
But we can't embarrass the family. It has to be like insurance fraud or some shit. It
no,
can't
she
be
could be
a
killer.
crime.
No, she could be a killer.
Nah, it can't be a violent.
She could be a killer. That'd be dope.
Crime.
Like, oh yeah, my wife is a killer. My baby mom was a killer.
My baby mom was a killer. No,
that's dope.
Bro, your family would. You talk all this shit. Your family would never approve half the stuff.
My family has no right to approve who I marry.
Nah. I'm
You
sorry.
are
You
wallahi.
love your family too much.
I do love my
family
family
too much to
I
like
love my
embarrass them
family
to a certain extent.
But they know, and they would tell you, bro, we're just happy if he's married. They would tell you, no matter who it is.
Bro, they've given up
But
on
they
you.
have absolutely no approval. And this has been like this since I was a kid. They have zero approval who I want to get married to.
My mom, my parents, my dad, I think is basically checked out at this point.
Bro, I can get married to a girl from Turkey that I'm probably going to see like once a month, a year, and they're never going to see her. They're like, as long as he's married, we're happy. That's it.
Yeah, my mom wants. I thought she would get over this after my sister's wedding. Like, khalas, you had your dream Sudanese wedding. Like my sister is married. All that shit.
Yeah.
She still hasn't let up.
No.
And I'm like, you know, you're not gonna get the wedding you want. I say, you want me to be married, I can be married. It's not the wedding you want.
It's gonna be confusing.
It's gonna be very confusing, and nobody gonna show up.
Because both of them are wearing suits.
Yeah. It's like, it's not gonna be the wedding you want. Like,
it is. Ain't nobody in a white.
My mother loves me still. Like, hasn't changed her attitude towards
bless her
me,
heart.
but
Bless her heart.
I was like, it's not the wedding you want, Amira.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
I got nothing else, but
I've
got a couple shout outs that you wanted.
Oh no! Shout out to everybody that's listening.
And again, we're gonna keep saying this. This is just personal shout outs. Nobody's paying us for this. This is not sponsored content.
No, but shout out to everybody. I got a good review. Shout out to you as well for making good clips. We're gonna continue on it. Thanks for everybody that's listening. Anything else you want to say?
No. I'm just guys, keep watching, and please stop watching. Stop watching after
5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then switching later, and then
I don't blame him.
Bro, if you run that shit, run it to the beginning.
I don't blame him.
I don't care if you don't like our shit, bro. You want to support? Play that shit in the background and go take a shower.
Hey, yo.
Bro, deadass. Deadass. You want to support, but you don't like our shit? Bro, play that shit in the background, go. I've done that for friends. Like, I'm like, you know what? This podcast is not for me, but I want my boy to level up. So I play that shit in the background and walk away.
I like that. I respect that.
You know?
I respect that. All right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Nope,
Anything
that's
else?
it.
Thank you.
That's your shout out? I thought you had like businesses you wanted to talk about or something.
No.
Okay. So yeah, I guess this is episode 43. All right. We will see y'all next week, hopefully.